Each man needs his own style, one which suits him. And any wise man chooses one matching his abilities and concentrates on that.
Yo, what's up, folks? Welcome back to the Bamcast podcast. The Bamcast, as always, is the home of the anti-PC. Shout out to Boom Draw Physics for the intro song, Prismatic Verse for the intro sequence. And while I have your attention, check out youtubebright.com, promo code BAM10. You get 10% off anything you have ordered. And if you click the link below, sign up for Epidemic Sound. You get yourself 30 days royalty-free music, and you directly help out the show. Heard me as always is the faithful co-host Bobby B.
He said click the link.
I did. I heard it.
In case any of you missed it.
Everybody caught that. We just have to run through these things. You know what I'm
Just so
saying?
you know.
You gotta run through these things, man.
That's
so,
me.
what were you about to say?
Yeah, I saw somebody tweet that if you find it hard to get out of bed and go to work, you need to find yourself some haters. I was like, what?
Go again? You find so you have somebody to be like, hey, fuck
You need the motivation to get out of bed and go to work in the days.
I don't think that's
Find yourself some haters.
I don't think that's a healthy source of
Yeah,
motivation. I don't think
I
that's
get what you're saying.
Yeah, over's the vibe. But I don't
However,
think that's a healthy source of motivation. You know what I mean? But what do I know? Speaking of, you know what our overarching topic for today is?
no.
Love languages. But
When how they're not real.
okay, well, you can come at it from that angle.
No, in
I
that,
was listening to something earlier today. That was talking. It was like a comedy sketch.
Jesus H. Christ.
TikTok. It was like a comedy sketch. And he was just roasting two of the love languages. And I started thinking about it. Like, if you come at it from that train of thought, you know, of roasting them, it could be a pretty fun topic to back and forth. But before we even start roasting them, we should tell you guys what the love languages are for those of you who don't know what they are. Bob, you remember them offhand, or you want me to give like the definition?
So I found out the other day that the love languages was created by a pastor. Boom. Strike one.
Strike one. You need to tell them what it is first.
But anyway, the five love. Let me just open the Wikipedia page because Wikipedia is a reliable source that anyone can trust.
The 5 love languages, how to express heartfelt commitment to your mate.
So words of affirmation, in brackets compliments.
Hold on one sec. Basically what they are is they have these, I believe it is 7 of them. Yeah, 7 of them. And these are the ways that you express. Is it express or receive? Like to receive, I believe it is.
No, it's how you express and experience love.
There you go. How you express and experience love. Rattle them off, Robert.
Acts of service, which is pretty self-explanatory. You do stuff for your partner, and you want stuff to be done for you. Gift giving, even more self-explanatory, and or as well. Physical touch, and or quality time, and words of affirmation. Words of affirmation is like compliments or like just telling your partner that, yo, good job, keep going, stuff like that. I guess like verbal motivation, stuff like that. I don't know. Or just even if you're a guy and you have a girlfriend, you will understand what I'm about to say. Sometimes you just need to know that you love her.
Oh, yeah. Appreciated.
Like randomly. Like at 1:30 in the morning. You still love me, right? Yeah, but why are you asking me? No, like...
What did you do?
What made you question it at this moment?
What did you do?
I'm not questioning it, I just need to know. I'm just like, okay. So it makes me question, like, women, like, do their feelings just switch just like that? Like, is it that they have to keep checking up on themselves? Like, do I still feel this way about this thing?
I heard someone explain it in passing. I don't remember where or when.
We've already hit a tangent.
Yeah, right. We'll get back there. In passing, it's like 8-bit versus 128-bit color spectrum, right? Men, we feel all the emotions, but it's because the 128 is just hues of the 8, so they're there. But they're just it's
like how we
it's a
only
blunter
see
shift.
primary and secondary colors.
Yeah, it's a blunter shift. So they experience We experience all the same emotions, but they experience the finer points and tunes and ebbs of all of them. So it seems like it's a lot more. So I don't know.
We're blunt. They're fine.
Course are just stuff. Fine are just stuff. So
Man took the words out of my mouth.
yeah, basically, so that's what it is. So it's not that they like fluctuate a lot, but it's like we're A and B for the most part.
If we both
There's
feel
like
the same
A part 1,
emotion,
2, 3, and they have to like make sure they all check
if
off.
we both feel the same emotion, they feel it more than we do. Basically,
More complex.
Yeah, there are more points
Yeah.
to it for them.
Yeah. The depth could be the same, but it's just like, so the depth could be the same, but the width or breadth of it would be a little different. If that makes sense for any of you out there.
It makes sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to you, hush. Back to the main topic.
Yeah. The love language. Which one did you read?
I did all 5.
Is that 7?
No, it's 5. Each person has one primary and one secondary according to the guy that came up with it. He suggests that to discover another person's
shit.
love language,
The
one
link-
must observe the way.
I'm sorry, I got you. The link I read is the 7 new love languages.
Oh,
So you know it's garbage. I joke, it's not, but it helps. It helps you figure out what's
says one must observe the way they express love to others and analyze what they complain about most often and what they request from their significant other most often. He theorizes that people tend to naturally give love in the way that they prefer to receive it, and better communication between couples can be accomplished when one can demonstrate caring to the other person in the love language the recipient understands. Boom blast.
sounds like, we know it's coming from a pastor, but that sounds like it makes sense to me.
Yeah, no, you see that part of it makes sense, but it comes down to that same thing you just said about male versus female emotions, fine points versus blunt points, coarse versus fine. I think one of the major complaints I saw about it when I saw the critiques was that it kind of lumps things together under broad umbrellas.
But isn't wow, this is so
So
funny.
basically, a woman would not consider
This is so funny.
everything under one of those groups to be the same thing. I'm not sure of the exact details.
But that's
I'm not
kind
standing
of
on any leg in
the
this part.
point. But it's kind of the point. It's so funny. I kind of had this conversation earlier today. So last week Friday, I was at a training session, and they were talking about this thing called the DISC test. It's a type of personality test. So I looked it up. I did mine, and I got my answer. For those of you who want to know, I'm an I and S, so in the disc, so each of them mean something different. I can't remember the top of that right now. And then somebody else pointed out, yeah, that's a good starting point. You should also do the Myers-Briggs.
I did that one, I think.
And you should also do that one, and then that's like
think I'm an
another
INFJ.
step. And then from there, you can do your reading and start like figure out about yourself. So that kind of falls under that, where yeah, of course, everyone, you're not gonna be 100% under all of these umbrellas, but if you identify with certain things, you can start looking at that and then build off
It
that
helps
from
you-
yourself.
it
So
helps you.
it's a starting point.
It
know what
gives
I
you
mean?
something to think about, basically.
Yeah, basically,
It gives you
essentially,
something to think about.
essentially.
Are they dope with that?
Yeah, I live with Casper. Every now and again, I'll be chilling and I'll just hear a noise. What it is the cat. My neighbor, them cat.
Oh,
He just does his thing, so you'll just hear about the place. I don't know how that post pars in this general area, and they're like 3 birds upstairs. He probably can't reach. See,
that's him running.
probably trying really hard. But yeah, cool. So back to the topic at hand. The topic is the love languages. So pull up the list. Let's start with the first one. We're gonna actually talk about it, then we're gonna roast them. You know, by roasting them, I mean we're gonna make fun, we're gonna make jokes. You know, I'll lead the session. Bobble gets it.
So words of affirmation is the first one they have here.
Mhm.
Compliments. Me personally, that's not a main one for me.
Oh yeah, we're also gonna talk about how we feel about them.
That's not a main one for me because, like,
What are your main ones?
I assume if you're in a relationship with me, you rate me.
Nah, I overs it every now and again. Still,
Like, I don't need you to tell me you love me. I'd rather you show me you love me. You get me?
Agreed.
That,
Agreed.
like, so you asked what was one of my main ones.
Agreed. Can I get both?
One of my one of my main ones is physical touch.
Same.
And like I don't go to therapy, but you know I pre my mind sometimes, and I assume that is from
Free my mind sometimes.
yeah. I said I pre my mind sometimes.
Yeah,
And I take that is from a childhood of you know my family wasn't a huggy family. I grew up with my grandparents, and my grandfather literally said to me, "Man don't hug, man shake hand." So like that's what man do. Man don't hug, man shake hand. You only hug like females.
I wonder how my childhood affected why I'm physical. So for me, it's physical touch and quality time. I wonder.
Same, and that is because growing up I didn't have that from.
Wonder
Like, it was
things.
just me. There you go. Powers activate. Form of water.
Bomba. I wonder
Shape
if
of
that's. I
bucket.
wonder if that's the pre. I wonder if that's the pre. Cause I felt like a good chunk of time. I was an only child, and like my neighbors are there, of course, and like cousins and everything. But I wonder if that's why.
Yeah, like growing up at home, mostly alone, TV, books, game.
Yeah.
You go school and you social at school, but when you get home, you're at home.
Yeah, and then it's just you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's how I grew up.
See, this proof positive what we were talking about earlier. Learn something new about myself.
So like
No.
I went, but even my family, when we go home, we go to a room and lock the door. Like when I go to other people's house and I see the families get together,
so
it's strange to me.
weird. Like that the first time I was partying anyway, and I guess I think it's because my mom's claustrophobic, so door locking was just never a thing. So I don't know, dog. It just felt like just corridor, lock door, lock door, lock door, lock. Bob's creaked open door because he's not in there to then lock the door. I was like, that's strange, dog.
No, that's just how we are.
Yeah, it's each his own.
And so like even I had a friend down the road. Every time I'd go to her house and like the whole family would be in the living room watching the TV.
Shit,
And just
my
like,
parents
yo.
could be weird.
I was like, yo, what's going on?
Family time, right?
Yeah, like what are you guys doing? You guys are talking to each other and stuff?
Bro, is when like girls are like friends with their moms, you know, dog.
Bro.
Like friends, you know, bro. Like a weird friends. Like, don't get me wrong, you know. I love my mother. I rate my mother. Very close to my mother. And we're like, she's my friend, but it's not like
It's not your dupes.
Like we're friends, dog.
Yeah, it's not
like
your
girls are the
dupes.
friends with their moms,
See,
you know,
like
bro.
my mother, when my mother calls me, my mother goes, if something happened to me, I wouldn't even know. I go, I would know, mom.
I don't feel it.
How you would I know? It's like, I'd just feel it. Like, there'd be a disturbance in the force. What do you mean?
You want proof positive?
No.
For that? Other day I just called Minerva. Camden wasn't here. So I just showed her to check on her, you know, make sure she good. Call her. I just called her to check on you. How you know and I never even tell you?
What happened to you?
I was like, no what?
Yeah, man.
What you talking about?
Disturbance.
Yeah, but I was just chilling. I was cooking dinner, dog, and I was just like, take up my phone and call my mother. It is true.
Yep.
It's true.
Exactly. So, don't worry. But that's like, girls, as you said, like Samantha.
No, dog, they are friends.
Samantha
bro.
speaks to her mother every single day, like video call on the phone.
long form. So like I talk to my mother like pretty regularly, but
No.
like
Every.
friendly.
And like it
conversation.
would get like late in the evening, and I hear Samantha go, "I don't call my mommy all day." And
My
I'm like,
mommy?
really? Or like, how my mother don't call me yet? I'm like, yeah. You look at my call history. Me calling Samantha. Samantha calling me.
Samantha,
Me
Samantha
calling
me.
Martin. Like I can literally pull it up. Or me calling my stepmother.
See, you call one of your moms.
But
that's
like
the
I
thing,
call
you
her
have
for
enough.
work.
That's the thing, you have enough. Oh, yeah, you
Work.
do work.
Martin, Samantha. I call my mother. See that?
But ma, there you go. See?
Samantha's mother. See that?
It's probably Samantha using
It was
phone that
Samantha
call
using
her,
my
too.
phone.
There you go.
See?
There you go.
Like
So, what was the first one
We're
you
not
read a while
friends.
ago? I'm sorry, I got off topic. a while ago.
that was words of affirmation.
Or is it affirmation? All right. So, if you know you're looking at that from the roasty point of view, you need it, dog.
I mean,
You need it. You know? Why you need somebody cheering you on all the time? You can't just get up and do things.
that's what I say.
No, that's what's wrong.
That's what I say.
That was wrong before this.
However,
Before this pod started, I did say something, and then like Bob was going to go. I mean, and was there something in the opposite, and I went, no. I have feelings, remember? And he goes, yeah, and just leans back, yeah,
Push through, head down.
yeah. Well, you still have feelings. You still have
Armor
feelings.
Titan.
Plot Armor Titan. I really should have did so much time, but we keep it moving.
Exactly. That brother there should have did so much time, but guess what? We
Keep it moving. Yeah, what else you gonna do? There?
Exactly.
No,
No,
keep
keep it
going.
moving.
Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right, hold on. Tangent again.
Box.
Tangent again. You know how there's the belief, right? That like women just believe they will find a way. Somebody will figure itself out, kind of vibe. Is that or equivalent to that? Like you have no idea or no proof positive. Well, I've been a bit of proof positive that this will work out. You just put your head down and keep going. It must work out. Says who?
Yeah. No, it have to.
Says who?
Because it have to.
See, that's ours. There you go. There you go. That's our
What do you
version
mean?
to that.
If it doesn't work out, you didn't go far enough.
You just-
Keep going till you reach there. Like that's head down, left foot, right foot.
and says surpass your limits.
Yeah. No, what?
Straight anime, right?
90% of your brain. Limitless.
Hey, the great Eddie Hall, first man to ever lift
Go fuck yourself.
half a ton off the floor, did that whole mental training thing, you know,
Bro.
where like visualizing the whole like car.
Release your earthly tether.
What's that?
Become one with the wind.
on the wind.
Fly.
Become one in the void.
Come on with the word and fly.
Gone away. For those of you who don't get that, man, I'm so sorry for it.
Release
Because I'm
your
not
earthly
even
tether,
explaining
my
that to you. But yeah, no, dog. Eddie Hall did say like he did the whole visualization thing, car on top of your kid, la da 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 da. And if you do watch the video in slow mo, when the dude's like pulling that shit off the floor, right before blood comes coming out his eyes and nose, his eyes do change from brown to blue. Super Saiyan. You can watch the
So
video. by the
basically,
way,
if
on
you do
YouTube.
scream hard and loud enough, you will indeed become a
Super
like
Saiyan.
we're trying to do as kids.
Bro. Yeah, all right. So.
The next.
Hold on. If you're looking at it from a roasted angle, would you say is that you need it? Would you say is that you need a lot of attention?
It is, but that it comes back to what I brought up earlier. That like
Lack of attention as a chat
alright.
in your
Yep. Sims.
Sims.
Sims have a need bar.
Sims has a need, but I never played Sims. I didn't like it.
You ever played Sims?
Never liked it.
So over time, like you need for your social need, you need for recreation, you need for food, you need for sleep, obviously. So that is they represent it with a bar.
like one bar for all of these things.
No,
It's
no.
broken down.
It's broken down.
I'd buy for that game.
No, it's you're literally simulating life. So you have to,
Bro,
it's okay. You play games, you have a first place, second place, third place.
that is what a game is.
Not all of them.
The good ones.
You ever play Flight Sim?
Once or twice.
Flight Simulator. Flight Sim don't have a first place, second
Once or
place,
twice.
third
This
place.
is why it
You're
was
just
once or
flying.
twice.
Exactly, but that's games exist like that. Anyway, what was that saying?
Oh, good one. See?
Shut up. No, shut up. Okay, it's a simulation game. It's a sim. So the social need.
Yeah.
So basically, it wears down over time. So for women, I guess their bar just wears down faster than men's. It just needs to be
But it's not only-
replenished.
But it's not only
Not
women
only
have
that, but
love
mostly.
language. I don't think so.
No. But in terms of what I was saying earlier, I'm just saying specifically to what I was saying earlier.
Oh, okay. Because I think like
It
that.
just needs a top up more than at a greater speed than men.
Great.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone's ever done the research to see if the love languages are skewed
Between
the
the
sexes.
But the only way to do that, well, it wouldn't be scientific in a way because love languages is not a scientific concept.
True that. Read the next one. I just googling to say
Next
you,
next one, quality time. That's up there for me
Sam.
because I mean, what do you mean? If you love me, why you wouldn't want to be around me?
Oh, this is a paper. Okay.
It's like that's an academic research paper. I ain't reading that shit.
Not right now at least.
Where's the BuzzFeed?
Nigga, right now, for sure. Yeah, what you're saying, go again. That one's high up there for you.
Yeah, because if you love me, why you wouldn't want to be around me? Like basic, bottom line. If you love me, why wouldn't you want to spend time with me?
That's an interesting way to look at it. If you love me, why would you want to bear with me? Quality time. But alright, how much? By the way, quality time is one of those for me too. But Don't you ever just want to chill alone?
Of course.
Or do you
So
like
we're going to the toilet, men.
or do you like being alone
Men.
together?
I also appreciate that.
You pointed out earlier, I think it was yesterday.
Women do not appreciate, well, my woman does not appreciate the concept of alone together as much as I do.
You pointed out yesterday. My
Come
parents did
hug
that
me
shit for
up.
sure.
Come hug me up.
Just chill. Like
Like,
you
yo,
do
bro,
your
I'm-
thing. I don't
Like,
mind.
I'm at the foot of the bed, she's up here.
Don't get me wrong. I
We're-
love a good cuddle, but
Yeah.
sometimes being
No,
alone
we're
together is
touching,
nice.
like our feet are touching.
But you doing your thing, I doing my thing.
I'm on my computer, she's on her phone. Then when she ready to go bed, I have to go bed. You know the vibe.
No,
You know the vibe.
no.
No, because you have the worst sleep schedule I've ever come across.
Big up, Joey.
You're on your way to something there.
Love you.
That super sleep thing where you can knock for 2 hours and get a full 8
No,
hours
no,
rest.
no, 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 no. I
You just go
make,
straight to REM sleep.
I make this comment all the time. I don't have a fast charge battery in terms of sleep. You know how I stay when I go sleep, dog? When I go sleep, the
Unconscious.
world burns down around me and I'm out.
Comatose.
But just like the bar you were talking about earlier, the energy drains out slow. So I can nap and it tops up pretty quickly and it drains slowly. But when that shit empty, dog, it's like the iPhone 1%. When it did, it took a while to come back on. Same energy here. But yes, why do you think quality? Do you think that all that stems from the same thing you're talking about earlier?
My childhood. I think most things that we go through as adults stem from our childhood, and I do believe in my case, yes, it does stem
Ooh,
from.
let's see how we can tie these back.
I mean,
to
most of
childhood
psychology
stuff.
tells you to heal the inner child,
Inner child.
and I mean literally that means just deal with the shit that happened to you as a child.
Okay, so the distribution of Chapman's law languages among sexes in couples is a thing. I ain't reading that doc right now, so I'll come back next week and tell you how it skews.
No, it won't come. I won't remember.
No, I actually will. I'm curious about that. There are a couple of these things that have been like grabbing me, and I was like, And when you're working like late, you just take a break, read, go back to work, clear your brain from like what you're doing, do something completely unrelated, go back to work. That's what I do. Trying to figure out what works, so you just keep going, head down, push through. All right.
When I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm at home, I'm at home.
How would you roast that one? How would you critique that one? Let's no longer use the word roast. Let's use critique. How would you critique that one? Why is it? Because it's yours.
If you don't love me,
Why-
why wouldn't you want to? If you do love me, why wouldn't you want to be around me? If you don't want to be around me, I assume you don't love me. Not really. That's an extreme.
I was gonna
obviously.
say like that's a little
That's
wild.
obviously an extreme.
That's a little
But
wild.
I
distance to grab.
understand the concept of individual time. I too enjoy my individual time. However, quality time is important, even if it's literally just being alone together, as you say, doing our own thing, but in the same room. I have never watched Selling Sunset on my own, but it's been on the TV. I've caught a couple episodes.
I know that storyline.
So,
I know that storyline.
like,
No
and
cap.
that's just from being alone together. Like, I'm down there fucking around playing my game.
I'm down there.
Yeah, at the foot of the bed,
I know,
like
like
the
a post.
family dog.
Like
Yeah.
a fucking boost.
I am indeed that.
Why at the foot of the bed?
The
Why-
bed square, it don't matter which way I lay down. But she have one fan on her side. I take the one at the foot of the bed. It's just economical.
Fan should be near the face. I agree.
This is just
I've gotten used to the fan at the foot, but I generally agree with fan.
It's just economical,
Fan in
bro.
your face.
next one.
Yeah, next one.
Receiving gifts.
Yeah, we can't figure out a way to like critique that one because it's both of ours. So.
But receiving gifts, yeah, I can critique that one.
Yo, Bob can go off on that one for days. But before we go off on the critiquing of them, and by the way, this is all done in satire. Understanding it, where we've tied everything else back to your childhood. How do you tie this one back? When you're younger, you used to receive things as like that's how your parents would show you love. So that's what you just grew up to wanting, to receiving it, or did you grow up not
I
getting
didn't,
things?
but I see how that would influence other people.
Or did you grow up not getting things, but seeing other people with things, and as a result, you're like, I want this. If you
no,
love me,
I think
you
I
get
got
me
things
this.
that are
Not you, like a person who
Oh.
this is their top love language.
Oh, I don't know. I personally think I got things at a regular interval.
Same as
Like, it wasn't excessive. It wasn't like you're not getting none ever.
Yeah, but we're trying to tie this back to the imaginary person. This imaginary
I
person
just
we bullshit it up.
gift giving. It's I don't know. It's just I can't. Here's my thing. Everybody's different. This is why I can't come up with critiques for these things. Everybody going to have a different reason why this thing is important to them, and I can't tell them no. It shouldn't be important to you. I don't.
You can't tell anybody.
I don't
that.
have your lived experience. I don't know.
This is all
Right?
done in satire and fun.
But like, I find it that in the modern world, we commodify a lot of the relationship, and it's broken down just to the gift giving. In terms of
We commodify a lot of the relationship, and it's broken down just to the gift giving.
yeah, like the better the gift, the stronger the love. The better the gift, the better the relationship.
I have something to add to that, but hold on, I'm gonna take one quick break. Right back. We're back again.
Yeah. So basically, like the gift giving thing to me is just people use it as an excuse to make up for being shits. To
Only
make it
though?
as basic as possible. Not
What-
only.
Yeah,
Not
okay, so
only. It
what
is
about-
definitely a way to show appreciation, especially if your partner appreciates that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you should definitely do that if your partner appreciates that. And I myself find myself with a partner who appreciates it. And as such, I strive to do such for her benefit.
That she would appreciate. I hope.
Yes.
I hope.
So, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying I think it's maybe overinflated, its importance.
Do you think? Well, I know you think this, so let me not phrase this as I do you think this. It's more like let's just explore that idea. Utilizing that in a toxic manner. Let's talk about it a little more. It's basically you touched on it earlier.
Are we
where it's
becoming that podcast?
what?
Where men talk about toxic things?
No, it's just this topic.
Okay.
Every episode's different. What are you talking about?
I'm just making sure.
That's the beauty of the podcast.
That's not us.
No.
We're not those guys.
No. This is the beauty of the podcast. Talk about something new every episode. But yeah, utilize it. Well, basically what I'm saying is that weaponizing it. So like if you know that's a person's like love language. So gift giving, for example, then you kind of, like you're saying,
You know
the
that you
bigger the
can
fuck-
use it to fix your fuck up.
Yeah, the bigger the fuck up,
And
the
that's
bigger
what
the
you
gift.
exploited.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, we're human.
No, I'm not asking if you. I'm saying we know this happens.
Oh, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just talk
But
about,
I mean,
about it.
that happens with. I'm sure that happens with every single one of these love languages.
Oh, for sure. Quality time. If the person that snuggles
I
up
fuck
to
up,
you,
so I'm just
gets
gonna
re-
spend a bunch of time with you.
yeah, you
I
hear
know you like that.
you hear people talk about that all the time. It's like you hear somebody argue like the other person's out all the time, blah blah blah. So them cuss and then
Yeah, so you just come home.
for maybe a month, blah, and then it goes back to normal. Like you hear stuff like that. But the other one was physical. Oh, we don't have to talk about how you weaponize physical touch. Sex.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't even gotten to physical touch.
We didn't.
No, that's the last one. We did words of affirmation.
Oh, how do you weaponize that? Oh, that's fucked
Sweet
up.
nothings.
That's fucked up. Okay. My mind went somewhere else.
Where did you
Verbal / mental abuse.
go? Well, but of course.
Yeah, that's where my brain went.
But
when-
of course.
When I thought of weaponizing that.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Humans are shit
Man.
for the most part.
For the most
If
part.
you as a person
We
cannot
are
be shit,
We are equally
Good job.
as amazing as we are.
yeah.
We have the capacity to be as equally as amazing as we do shitty.
Yes.
And people just happen to exploit different parts.
Yes.
But yeah, on to the next one.
Acts of service. That's just doing stuff for people. No, I appreciate it. It's not. It's probably number 3 out of 5 for me. It's about in the middle. Like
I think that before.
I'd appreciate you doing stuff for me. And if you wanted that, well, obviously, I don't think even if you don't want it, me as a person, I'm gonna do stuff for you because I want stuff done for me.
Actually, no, I'm gonna shift that up to 3. If you do something for me, like you don't have to do it often, but like,
Yeah.
just here's what I made, and this is why I did pre. I'm a big old sissy, right? It's not even the thing being done,
It's just that you thought about me.
Boom. I'm a
Yeah.
big sissy, It's
And
not even the thing being done. So it don't have to be nothing. You bring me a sandwich for lunch. You went out of your time to think about me and did this for me. It's like, Bomba.
Yeah.
I'm a big sap.
Yeah, but I think and I mean it works for both men and women.
For
It's
sure.
just that I think more women get the experience that than men. In terms of more is done for women in that regard.
I think it goes back to the your meta analogy was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It empties faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Joey, we're talking about this earlier. Joey saw me tweet that I really want to watch the North one. Cause I like the director, the main
I don't
actor.
even know what it is.
Viking show. It's the story that inspired Hamlet,
Okay.
and then Hamlet inspired everything else. But it's Scandinavian. So go watch it. Well, not the point about watching it. The point is, I tweeted that I wanted to watch it. She had my car in this after work, link up, and she surprised me with tickets for the movie. I am still
she suck on
geeked.
you.
I am the best. I am still geeked about that.
Nuts.
Still geeked about that, bro. You know what I mean? So I completely get it. I get that one. So I don't think I'll be able to critique that one properly because I too understand. But yeah, I said that to say the meter lasts longer because I'm still super geeked about that. Maybe for some people the meter run out faster, so they need it more often.
Us, as I find it, anecdotally, us men are
We're definitely that podcast.
yes, are very simple creatures. Very in terms of if you do something like that for me like once a month, I'm okay.
Once a month is like excess.
Exactly. See that?
Once a month,
See
I'm
that?
like, that's excess, brother.
See
What
that?
are you talking about?
Once a quarter time, we're blessed.
Golden. Once a month, that's excess. Yo, tangent. We're talking about this the other day because I was listening to something. I was listening to Halfcast and Chucky did say something. The host, don't matter. But he did say something and I was like, yo, this resonates with my soul. And I did say it to you and you went, yeah, same. And I can admit that this is stupid and born purely of pride.
Mm-hmm.
But it not gonna change. It is what it is in the DNA. You know what I mean, if I have it, meaning the dollars, and you want to treat me to a meal, sure.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have it,
Don't give me.
I don't want you to treat me to a meal. I don't feel worthy. Like, nah, I'd rather sit down and eat crack. Like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
That don't make no sense. When you have it is when you shouldn't want it. When you don't have it is when you should take it. But pride, nah, it's like I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
I can't take up millionaire.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I just,
You have to carry weight.
and I know it's stupid, but nah.
It's the dichotomy. To be fair, everything I say about men and women, I'm only a man. I can only experience the world through my lens, and everything I say about the woman and how they do things and or act.
Should also specify, like, when more time when people talk, like, you can only talk through your personal experiences, your little anecdotal life experiences.
I'm not trying to make general.
Everybody don't know everybody.
I'm not trying to make general catch-all statements here.
Every-
And so that's the thing, and I think that's what the main critique about this whole love language thing was, that like
Yeah, you did say that initially.
there's so much more to just these things.
Hold on, but let's keep going through them. Which one is this?
Well, I mean the last one, physical touch. I don't know how that one goes. I don't know how that one goes. That's my number one. That's your number one. I think that's most
men's number
most
one.
men's number ones. Yeah, and I think it really does stem back to the fact that generally boys are less, they get less affection throughout growing up than
I
girls.
saw something like that.
So we long for affection. We long for even just hugs. And it just
a hug and a back scratch and I seen it done.
And
Or
then-
a head rub.
there you go. There you go.
We're part Labrador, I'm telling you.
There you go. I'm part cat. I'm belly rubs.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely part Labrador.
Belly rubs. Not back rubs. Belly rubs.
Dogs
Anyway.
like belly rubs too.
But anyway.
Well, dogs just like rubs.
Anyway.
Anyway,
I don't remember what I was saying.
all these things stems from childhood stuff. So you're saying that
But yeah.
like little boys aren't cuddled as much or whatever.
There you go. So
Alright,
that's
hold
what
on.
we
I
love
have, I have a question. This gonna sound alright, but just
Huggy fucking son.
this gonna sound alright. Listen. How much? I'm gonna say, do you care?
About
Like that
I care.
About this topic.
As a
about,
nihilist,
no.
no.
No. About like the fact that when you grew up, you were hopeless because you're a boy. La 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 la. Like, do you actually think like
growing?
We know it and we know how it quote unquote affects us, but
I think I do because
it's like of 100%. I think I care 30.
Yeah, no. It's not like. All right, my thing is, what could I have been with it versus who am I without
Oh,
it?
I never thought of that. I never thought. My brain never went.
How much more of a well-adjusted adult could I have been?
Wow,
had I been hugged more?
I got to the Y in the road and my brain just went, yeah, who gives a fuck? I didn't even think of that.
I tell you, you don't for somebody who does therapy, you don't really pre your brain sometimes.
Nah, I don't pre. Alright, I pre
does therapy. It sounds like a drug.
I know, right? I pre how and why I think this way or think in whichever way to deal with situations, process stuff in a healthy, blah, blah, way.
The things that happen to you.
I don't think about the why I think all the time. Like why do you have this train of thought? I do that all the time.
Super ego.
Yeah, I do that.
It's not comfortable.
Teach me how to navigate, which is what it is.
It's not comfortable.
It'll happen every now and again, and then I'll get lost for a bad little while. But I've never, like I said, why in the road?
It's like when we were talking about Kant the other day, man.
The Kant.
I'm just like, this nigga just sat down and thought about why he thought things all the time.
Your hero.
I do that sometimes. I just like why, and then that's why I say, would I have been more well adjusted? Would I have been a rounder person?
Okay, I don't know what I lacked, but like, I don't know how. And okay, then, so this is thinking about.
As you said, lack a while ago. What's the recommended daily value?
What's the recommended daily dosage of hugs?
Yeah, like what. What is enough? What is too many? Like,
and then here is the nuts. The other day I was saying that people fear death unrightly so because you don't know what's after. And then I'm like, that's the source of the fear. Well, the not knowing is like the source of the ignorance for me. So it's probably why I got to the Y in the road and it just looked so dark. I just went that way because it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I need to know.
And I think I accept that I don't know.
Nah, I need to know. I need to know. Yeah, that's my curse. But here's the thing.
I am cursed with knowledge.
Anytime something,
I'm cursed with the thirst for knowledge.
I'm comforted by knowledge. If I know why something is happening, I am
rationalize
less anxious about it.
Even if it's negative.
Yes. If I know cause and effect.
That's actually like a core part of like getting hold of panic attacks and everything,
Yeah.
The part of the fear of it is what the fuck's going on. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like,
so that
what's
exactly.
Going on,
so it's like what the fuck is happening?
So I guess so is that part of why you like? Oh, by the way, you guys can tell we're on tangential, So is that part of why you like knowing for knowing's sake?
Yeah. If I know, I can deal with it.
So you just like is like storing it for a rainy day kind of vibe, or well, no. You said you.
I just like knowledge.
Yeah, you have a genuine thirst for knowledge.
Yeah, just like knowing stuff. Because the
me
world
to
is
a
an
degree,
amazing, bro. We're on a floating rock in nothing.
Me to more so than the average man, but not to your degree.
No.
Like you are a champion.
No, I really like knowing things. Like, and I question the everyday world because I don't like knowledge or like a lack of knowledge, ignorance that's taken for granted, basically. Like, I don't know why this is this way, and that's okay. No. Why is this way?
Oh, okay.
Why do I drive on the right-hand side of the road?
I
don't, by the way. We drive on the left-hand in Jamaica.
You know why I think
you know who else drives on the left-hand side of the road?
The British?
The British. And you know who else? The countries that colonized. The side of the road is literally... The side of the road to drive on is literally a result of colonization. Like, even shit like that. Like,
shit, what did you say? The way things is, my bunk come see it says so this is just how it is. The monkey ladder experiment.
Yeah, when they used to shock them.
It was rain. It was
wet them up.
We used to wet them up. So for those of you who don't know, just go Google that. actually,
Monkey ladder. It's
Yeah, well-
the monkeys would climb the ladder. They
There
would
you
wet
go.
them up,
Here's your
and then
anecdote.
they would remove the monkeys little by little until there were no monkeys that would get wet. And
Nah.
anytime a monkey would climb the ladder, they'd fuck them up.
you
I skipped a lot.
So they put monkeys in a pen and they put a ladder, and at the top of the ladder they had some food. Every time the monkeys would try to climb up the ladder for the food, they would all get wet.
They turn on sprinklers.
Eventually, the monkeys figured out climbing the ladder for the food means we get wet. So anybody that tried to climb the ladder,
Got their ass beat.
yeah. So then they would take out a monkey, one monkey out of there and put in a new one. The new monkey didn't know any of these rules. Sees the bananas at the top of the ladder, immediately tries to climb it, gets beat to shit. Sure enough, the monkey realizes, okay, ladder being beaten. They take out another monkey, put in a fresh one. Eventually,
None of the monkeys in the pen.
none of the original
ever got
monkeys
wet.
are there anymore, and all these new monkeys have never gotten wet. But they all know ladder means we beat you. It's
So
just
nobody climbs the ladder.
so no one
food
climbs
just
the ladder.
stays there.
Why? Because so them come see it. That is the source of so much,
Yep.
so much.
So yeah, I know. I question that. The status quo. Nah, I don't.
I think
But
I'm
you see-
afraid I'll like go nuts.
This is where I was going now. The curse of knowledge, in that ignorance really is blissful.
Oh yeah.
Because like knowing a lot of the stuff that I know now
And then you come tell me, and I go, what? And then I look it up, and I go,
leaves
oh,
me
shit.
feeling really helpless. In that
That happened.
there's no real way I can affect change on the global order as is, like literally.
And thus nihilism.
And that's literally nothing matters because I'm but a cog in the capitalist machine. Even though as we're going through life right now, inflation in Jamaica is 11%, 12%, right? That means shit going up in price 10% every month. That's ridiculous.
I had a thought earlier that
Right?
made
The fuel prices
About
are
that.
ridiculous. Russia, this war that they're pushing for no fucking reason other than to enrich people who already have so much money they could never spend it in their lifetime.
yeah.
It makes no sense. And we just have to put our heads down
And keep
and
going.
left foot, right foot.
Chug.
But for why? Literally, like why? There's no great. That is the pain of knowledge. If I never knew, if I believed in what was fed to me, I would be okay. There would be hope. There's hope in the lies. There's no hope in truth. Also, remember this: Assassin's Creed, brilliant video game. Nothing is true and everything is permitted. I'll never stop saying that.
It's pretty good.
Because the more you know, the more you see how true that fucking thing is.
It's pretty good. It's pretty accurate.
Alright, so yeah, no. Learn things, but don't learn too many things.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
I mean, he was suicided.
Epstein didn't kill himself. I'm surprised Ghislaine's still alive.
Don't let me get to the jet fuel.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Bamcast. This episode, as always, brought to you by us, but also sponsored by YouTubeRight.com. Promo code BAM10, 10% off anything you have
That was him
ordered.
trying to remember.
And, right? Epidemic Sound. Click the link below. Get yourself 30 days royalty-free music and directly help the show. Bobbert, any closing words for the folks?
Promise we're not that podcast. We can talk about other things.
Dog, we talk about we talked about bread back last episode.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're not. But,
We
alright,
talk
I'm
about
very
everything.
conscious about the social media stereotype of men who have podcasts.
Isn't
Instead
that
of going to therapy, they start a podcast.
yeah? But isn't that stereotype like when they sit and like they rant about like what you bring to the table and
In a lot of
all
what
of
we
them
spoke
thing there?
about, well, me personally, I brought up a lot of the dichotomy between how men and women treat these love languages. So I don't want it, to, especially me, to be seen as those guys. I am not those guys.
I was just questioning
That's-
the love language itself.
No, but that's why I said it explicitly.
You're feeling a
There
little
you go.
self-conscious. Oh,
There's mom.
dropping bombs on your moms.
Fuck car alarms.